Aside from Indonesia, most Asian countries also hold the first day of Ramadan today. And to find out more about these traditions in Indonesia and other parts of the world, we are now connected with our reporter and two correspondents. Let's say hello to them right now. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi. So first we have Alvin Kobulsha from South Korea. Hi, Alvin.
Hello. Good
So,
evening from Ansan, South Korea. So currently we just finished
just
our
wait,
first
wait.
day of
Alvin,
Ramadan
wait
here.
for
So
wait
yeah,
for a while, Alvin. Wait,
yes.
because we have to say hi to
Okay,
another to other rest to correspondent for now. So let's make it more
surely.
relaxed, yeah, right
Yeah,
now. Yeah?
okay.
Okay, from South Korea, from hopefully from Seoul. But I saw we're seeing bakso behind Alvin, right? So I think it's Indonesian
Oh,
food,
Yes.
bakso,
even
bejol
if it's in
Korea.
Korea. So let's say hi to our second correspondent in Tokyo. So we have also Sigit Purnomo. Hi, Sigit. Are you in Tokyo right now?
Yeah, hello, how are you guys? Konbanwa. That's what
Yes, we're
Japanese
great.
always say.
Last but not least, we have.
Yes, last but not least, we have our own Rebecca Napitupulu. You are also in front of something yummy, I think. Is that coconut drink?
Yes, I am going to take you guys strolling around in Ben Hill Market. You know this market, and I'm going to take you around after this.
All right,
Right,
now that
interesting.
we've said hello to all our lovely correspondents, now let's start from South Korea first. Let's get to Alvin. Alvin, could you tell us the current situation of this year's Ramadan over there? And how's the iftar situation going on right now?
Yeah. So here in South Korea, the situation is getting more relaxed. Since by today, the government of Korea already easing the social restriction scheme, social distancing schemes from today until April 17th. And it is including the loosening up for the private gathering into 10 people, and also the restaurants and cafes and other public facilities can open up until 12 p.m. at the night. And also in Korea, the Ramadan already finished. We already finished our first day in Ramadan. Since the Ramadan here officially beginning by today in Sunday, March 3rd, as it officially announced in the last Friday. Then the Korea Muslim Federation here taking the announcement from Malaysia, and then yeah, we are officially started our Ramadan by today here, and the situation is more I would say it's more glimpsing atmospheric compared in the last 2 years, and it's getting more relaxed right now.
All right, Alvin, I'm curious. Where are you now? Why are there bakso behind you? So, which part of Seoul, of what
Yes.
city now, right now, are you now?
So currently I'm in the city of Ansan. So it's still around in the Seoul metropolitan area, and then it is well known the city for its multicultural food. So it's not only Indonesian food, Indonesian restaurant here, but they also have a lot of kind of dishes from around the world. So this city especially comprises 60% of its citizens is actually foreigners here. So if you want to come to find your own dishes from Indonesia, you can go to Ansan, and this is where I am, of the Indonesian restaurant
Ah,
here in Ansan
Okay.
for
nice
celebrating the first day
information.
of the Ramadan.
Yeah. And Alvin, how does the Korean Muslim community praise during Ramadan, and what can be done to ease their worship considering the time zone, weather, and also COVID-19 pandemic? It's probably more difficult right there than in Indonesia.
So in average, we have the fasting of 14 hours. So we started at 5 a.m. in the morning, and we are breakfasting around these hours at 7 p.m. So it took around 14 hours of fasting, and then the situation is getting better since the Jamaah prayer is already allowed again in the mosque. So we can do just like the Jum'ah prayer and also the Tarawih prayer back in the mosque. Compared in the last year, since it is mostly prohibited in the mosque. So yeah, it's getting more relaxed this year.
All right. You just mentioned that right now praying are allowed again in the mosque and like last year. So let's talk about the situation further. Um, we see from the news and also from the articles spreading lately that the situation in Korea has been worrying lately, right? So, are there any concern from the government in regulating worshippers, especially for Muslims during the month of Ramadan?
So regarding the easiness of the public facilities, currently the maximum occupancy of the religious facilities is still stake 30% from the maximum occupancy. So it's already getting better, and we also can have a big gathering, large gathering, even for the events, just like for the rallying concert. It can already invited more than 300 people right now. So I think it is better from my personal observation. It is better compared in the last year. So despite the current situation when the number of the daily cases is really skyrocketed, however, currently government is putting more focus on taking care of their serious patients, just like from the older age and then the patient who have severe symptoms.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for the updates. And now we move on to Japan. Let's greet Sigit again. Sigit, how was the first Ramadan in Japan in the third year of pandemic?
Yeah, in Japan right now, thank God, because the Japan government has lifted the quasi-emergency measures. So right now, the Indonesian Muslim community are allowed to have iftar, breaking together. I'm inside the Indonesian mosque right now. Nobody, because everyone else is having their iftar in the other room right now. So it is very convenient for us right now to have an iftar, even though the pandemic is still here in Japan, but at least we can get along together again. We can have more intimate conversation with other Muslims in Japan.
Right, Sigit, interesting. Maybe before we move to the next question, I have the curiosity. Where is this Indonesian mosque actually? Is it a part of our embassy or is it out of the embassy actually?
It's out of the embassy, and this mosque actually inside the complex of the Indonesian school in Tokyo. And if you remember, like 5 or 6 years ago, there was a viral in Twitter, in Instagram, in Facebook, when Muslims in Japan are asking people back in Indonesia to do some kind of charity to ask for building this mosque. So this mosque actually is something that also, how should I say, built from the Ummah, from the people in Indonesia as well. So it is very interesting story of this mosque actually.
Oh, interesting. But Sigit, I'm curious, are there any activities that are commonly carried out in Indonesia, such as like breakfasting together and or sharing iftar food for the Muslim community there?
Yeah, starting this year, that activity is back again because of the pandemic is getting laid back right now in Japan. But before that, during the pandemic, in the peak times in Japan, we are not allowed to do so. So hopefully, today is just the first day, right? The first day of Ramadan. But the Indonesian Muslim Association here in Tokyo already planned some kind of a hybrid event. So they have like a tablik akbar. They will hold this event online and offline. So for people in Tokyo, they can come to this mosque to have this tablik akbar, and they can do the congregation, and the tarawih is also back to normal again. There will be no more, how should I say, during the pandemic, we have to put a space between the people who do the prayer. But right now, we don't have to put a space, but we still have to wearing mask. And the health protocols also have to be applied during the congregation. So yeah, they have planned a lot of activities right now.
All right. Sigit, maybe for us living here in Indonesia, it's easy to, go through Ramadan. It's very joyful with all the festivities and, the feeling of
Yeah.
Ramadan. But it might be different there in Japan, for example, because the majority of people are not Muslim. So it might be more difficult for you guys. But we heard that some media outlets have said that some companies there in Japan have provided work tolerance for working Muslims. How do companies implement that?
Yeah, some companies even they put a space for the Muslims workers, like a small space for us to pray during the 5-time prayers. But also it depends on the company itself. If the company is quite big enough and they have a lot of Muslims workers, then they will allow the Muslims to do the prayers, like 5 times prayers. And yeah, right now the numbers of the mosque in Japan is also increasing year by year. The new one in Osaka, there will be another Indonesian mosque to build over there. So the tolerance is very, very good here in Japan. This is based on my own experience that if they asking me, like during this Ramadan, they're asking like, do you fasting, or have you ever do your prayers if they see me not pray on the certain times? Yeah, so the tolerance is very good here in Japan. It's getting way much better.
Right, that's very lovely to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you for that update, Sigit. Enough from Japan for now. Let's move on to our home country, Indonesia. We have our very own reporter, Rebecca Napitupulu, and video journalist Erwin Widyastama from Ben Hill, Bendungan Hilir, Jakarta.
Our favorite.
Yes, Becca, how's the iftar situation going on right there?
Hi guys, that's right. This is our favorite because if we talk about iftar and if we
Wow.
are talking about looking for the delicious meals to break your fast, of course, we have to talk about Ben Hill Market. And as you can tell, it's not only me who's getting very excited on this very first day of Ramadan, but as you can tell, it is packed with people looking for their favorite meals. As soon as I step into this market, I can tell that they provide different kind of meals. Excuse me. And we have orange juice right over here. It looks so delicious. Even though it's a little bit gloomy and a little bit rainy here in Ben Hill, but you can never go wrong with fresh orange juice. And of course, right over here, we have our very favorite kolak. As you can tell, you cannot not have kolak on your first day of Ramadan. Ibu, ini harganya berapa ya? It's 10,000 each, and of course you need to buy this to break your fast today. And also, you can tell right over here, this is supposed to be fritters, but we Indonesians, we love fritters, so they only have 3 left. Yeah, as you can tell.
Oh, only 3 left. Yeah.
Fritters for our break fasting.
Not
Right,
surprised.
guys, I bet in the office right now it's full of fritters as well for you guys to break your face later on. And then we have a complete meal over here because after you have something sweet in your mouth, you want to have a proper meal. You want to have your rice, your vegetables, your meat, and right over here, they provide everything that you want. They have fish, we have something spicy going on over here, and then some vegetables as well. Because it's very important to keep your body with nutritious foods and also with protein that you need during this special month. And as you can tell, after 2 years of pandemic, during the past 2 years, they weren't not allowed to open this market due to the COVID-19 pandemic because we have to keep the distance between one another, and we also have to less crowd in public places. But now, since the vaccination rate is getting higher in Jakarta, with a lot of people getting vaccination booster as well, so people started to go out and started to gather around, but of course with strict health protocols. There are a lot of people still wearing masks, of course, the sellers and the buyers as well. And this shows the enthusiasm for people to celebrate Ramadan. And now I'm going to buy my own. I'm looking for other sweets as well. And back to the studio.
Wow. Thank you so,
So
much,
much.
Becca, for
Credit
the
there.
updates. This is a very different live reports from our contributors. We can feel the joy from here because it's very different from the last 2 years, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much, Alvin from South Korea, Sigit from Japan, and Becca from Ben Hill, Jakarta. Please stay safe and stay healthy.
And hopefully it's not just mothering for us, but also I believe for Sigit in Japan and
Yeah.
Alvin in Seoul right now to see a lot of
Indonesian
Indian
dishes.
food.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hopefully you are missing a lot of Ben Hill right now for you guys.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you, Sigit. Thank you, Alvin. And thank you, Becca.